Hey, what's good, gang? Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be doing something different. I have a 365-day book here, which is Mind Fuel by Bear Grylls. It's one page a day for 365 days. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be opening a random page from this book, reading through that page, and then after that, I'll just share my thoughts on the questions that are there. So the random page that I have today is day 187, which is broken defenses. Okay, so let's get into it. It's marked with a mountain here, and a mountain in this book definitely means battles. So I guess we're gonna get into that topic right now. Okay. The Maginot Line was a massive line of fortifications, obstacles, and weapons installations built by the French in the 1930s as a deterrent against the growing threat of invasion. It ran the entire length of the France-Germany border and was, to all intents and purposes, impervious to attack. But in the end, it proved to be an illusion. France surrendered in under a month. Many of us, consciously or unconsciously, build complex systems of defense, usually against feelings that we find uncomfortable. The trouble is that, like the Maginot Line, there is always a way around. Feelings have a habit of squeezing through gaps or reappearing in other guises, maybe as anger or indifference. I've learned the power of simply naming difficult emotions rather than trying to block them. It is a kind of mindfulness practice that welcomes each feeling in with curiosity. To explore it, probe it, ask questions of it. Every emotion, especially the uncomfortable ones, can teach us something important. Don't be scared of them. And the question that's here is, have you found yourself to be quite intolerant of painful feelings or defensive against anything that might provoke them? I'll just answer this with a simple yes, and I think the answer for most of us will be yes. Because all these feelings, we are taught that there's good feelings and there's bad feelings, and then there is need for us to have a way to avoid the bad feelings because they are already labeled as bad. So for me, it's been that kind of like avoidance where you feel something bad is going to happen to you, or you feel an emotion that you need express. It might be anger, it might be strong passion for something, frustration, or even just being scared, having fear of something, and automatically that fear or that frustration or that anger, I label it as a bad feeling. So the only right thing for me to do with that feeling would be to avoid it. So I do not acknowledge that I'm feeling that, and I simply move away from it. And one of the best practices for me, like Bear Grylls mentioned, was simply just naming that emotion. Sometimes just simply telling yourself, I'm angry right now, or I'm a bit frustrated right now, or I'm really fearful of this, is the first step towards you solving a problem that you might have. So for me, it's been trying to follow the emotion and knowing that I have my feelings and my feelings do not have me. Where I actually got it from was a series called Whiskey Cavalier. So you having your feelings means you contain them and you are also able to express them in different ways. I fear being seen a lot, but having this platform has been a way for me to be conquering that fear, to follow that fear every day, and knowing that I am the one who contains this fear and I'm the one who can tame it and manage it. And this is my way of taming it and managing it, and acknowledging that I have those feelings as well. Knowing that you know nothing can be the key to you understanding wisdom and finally gaining that wisdom. So acknowledge those emotions and just name them. Naming them simply can help you get away to actually dealing with them. And for the second question is, have you noticed that they have a habit of showing up anyway or being less expressed in less helpful ways? Yeah, there are definitely less helpful ways in which we express our emotions, and we think it's simply expressing our emotions when it's not. It's us putting guardrails that do not defend us at all, and then when they are expressed and they are exposed, we end up destroying relationships, we destroy ourselves, we destroy the people around us simply because our anger drove us to say things that we never meant to say. Our anger drove us to do things that we never meant to do. our fear sometimes led us to be avoidant and never to pursue the things that we always wanted to pursue. And when our dreams go by and we do not achieve anything in the end, we can't blame anyone but ourselves for doing that and for letting something that's been labeled by the world as bad just come into play and then give us a false view of what life is or what life is supposed to be, and that false view fueling us through different parts of ourselves and then just never getting us to a point where we truly feel like we are living for who we are and not as some people who've practiced living before. And the last question for day 187 is, what would it look like for you to name difficult emotions with curiosity rather than attempt to defend against them? Now, these are questions that I also ask myself, and I need you to be asking yourself as well. So I will repeat all 3 questions at the end of this video just for you to be able to ask yourself, and I'll have them displayed. So starting to name emotions will literally be starting to acknowledge them, even when you are in conversation with people, and just starting to be vulnerable. Like, I'm so happy right now that this is happening, has the same effect as I fear that this is going to happen, or I'm getting this feeling of frustration when I'm trying to start this presentation because I do not know how to move forward with it, or this conversation is really getting me to a point where I'm angry right now. I'm getting angry right now, and I might say things that I do not mean to say, because when you say you are happy, other people want to understand your happiness and be happy with you in some situations. And when you express your anger, people also want to understand where that anger is coming from and what it might lead you to do and how you might lead yourself in that anger. So just starting to name those emotions can have a positive impact on you, in the sense that, let's start naming them with curiosity, knowing that we are able to explore deep parts of ourselves and that we are in containment of all these feelings, and these feelings never contain us. That's it. I just wanted to put it out there. Maybe start a series where I'm just opening random pages from this book, because it's helped me a lot in the few pages that I've read of it. I've tried to be consistent with it, but I've only gotten to like 100 days and then stopped. But I'll try being consistent and then recording and just sharing my feelings, sharing my thoughts, and starting to name those emotions, like the fear of being seen that led me to record this video. Maybe a bit of anger and frustration sometimes, but I'm also happy that I get the chance to do this, and it makes me glad that I get the opportunity to share with you guys in however numbers come to a video. It's always a pleasure sharing. So yeah, broken defenses, the defenses that we set for ourselves that end up not being defenses at all. So question 1, have you found yourself to be quite intolerant of painful feelings or defensive against anything that might provoke them? Have you noticed that they have a habit of showing up anyway or being expressed in less helpful ways? What would it look like for you to name difficult emotions with curiosity rather than attempt to defend against them? Those are the 3 questions I leave you with after this video. I hope you have a good day and great time answering them, naming your emotions and just moving forward with it. Cheers.